Yo, what's up people, it's the one, and we are back with Etheria Restart on the channel. So today we're going to talk about a potential big patch incoming to the game when CN launches. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So I was browsing YouTube and I stumbled upon a really good video from Zox. Shout out to him, he's a really good creator, Gacha creator. I stumbled upon his video and he was talking about the Etheria Restart CN launch, and was going through the CN tier list, and he was talking about the CN launch and stuff like that. And it made me contemplate, and I thought to myself that, you know, maybe the devs are planning something really big. Maybe they're planning something really big and they're working on a really big overhaul with the CN launch, because the CN launch is a really big player base. Like, people underestimate CN go crazy. The CN fan base for games is insane. So it's going to be a big thing, and they're going to be doing big events for that CN launch. So I'm there thinking to myself that it would actually make a lot of sense if the reason why we haven't gotten the big patches or the big fixes that we've been asking for is because the devs are planning on releasing this with the CN launch, you know. And people joke around and say that, oh, the global launch was the beta version, but technically it was, if you think about it, because we had to go through all the bugs, you know, the issues, you know. They tested a lot of things with us, right? And I feel like it was for the CN launch, so I feel like there's going to be a huge overhaul incoming when the CN version drops, because right now the devs have been fixing issues, but it hasn't been the main priorities. And that's why a lot of players are frustrated. It's because, okay, we get that these other issues were a problem in the game, we all understand that, but the main ones, the main two, to be honest, haven't been addressed. And it's the economy. The economy in the game isn't great. And what do I mean by economy? I broke it down in my last video, but to keep it short, it's the perfect lattice, it's the Etheria coin, the reconfiguration chips, it's the rolling on the shells, right? Because you roll on a shell and you consume millions and millions and hundreds of reconfiguration chips. So, and like, it's a problem. It is a problem, and it's also a reason why you don't see me and other creators drop a ton of guides and, you know, a ton of videos on Etheria, is because we don't have enough perfect lattice, right? We don't have enough perfect lattice, and we spend on these games, right? I spend on this game, right? I've spent over 2K on this game, and even me, I don't have enough lattice to build all these characters, you know. It's just physically not possible. And yes, you don't have to go 5-5-5 with every character, I understand that, but to really see the potential of a character, and to really, you know, use a character at a high enough level, you're gonna have to invest a lot of lattice, man. 8 to 10 lattice into a character is probably what it's gonna take to see a character at its maximum, you know, potential, right? And it's also another reason why I haven't been making as many guides. I had to chill on the guides for a bit, because I had to build up enough characters to actually make the guides. Because you guys have to think about it. If we don't have a character that isn't skilled up whatsoever, the guide we make as a creator might not be accurate. Because, you know, we haven't seen what the character can truly do. And this is a PvP game. In this PvP game, you're gonna want to, you know, level up your skills. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to compete with other people in arena, and that's just the truth. So it is a problem. It is a huge problem. And another thing that, just to keep it short, another thing is the story. Whoa, wrong place. Another thing is the story. The story in this game, I don't know, it's been absolutely neglected. They have neglected the story. And I know I'm rehashing some of the stuff I said in my last video, but I just have to, for emphasis. But they haven't added any story for about 3 months. For about 3 months, there hasn't been any new story. We haven't had any story events. We haven't had any character events. Like, there is no story depth whatsoever. Like, we don't know any of these characters, right? Like, all these new units like Fusho, Nahur, Lilium, Yeli. Yes, I guess the light dark units and some of the RGB units had like a special video made for them, but like there is literally no story in game, no story event or lore for the character so that we have a better understanding and that we're more attached to the characters we're pulling for. Like I said, we're gonna summon 9 times out of 10. We're gonna summon for a character that we know their backstory, we understand their personality, how they are as, you know, characters, rather than characters that we absolutely have zero idea about their personality. We don't even know anything about them, you know. So that's just another thing. And there's no English voice acting. Fix that as well. But those are some things, and obviously I could go into more depth about the QOL. Like, for example, I saw RNJ talk about it in a video. Where is it at? Ember Trek. Like with Ember Trek, right? For the hard version, make it so that you can like auto skip same way you can on the normal version of Ember Trek, so that you don't have to invest all that time. Because let's be real, right now in the big 2025, we're not going to be investing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours playing only one gacha game, right? Even though I don't even spend that much time playing games in general, nowadays people are playing 6, 7, 8, 9 gachas at the same time, right? I know a lot of you guys do that. You know, people in my community do that. They're saying, oh, this game that you're doing a first impression on is pretty cool, but I can't play this game because, you know, I already have 8 that I'm playing right now and I have no time to play this. It's kind of ironic. The less time that they make us spend here, it's going to be a better game, because right now I feel like some of these things are a bit too grindy. And obviously they did add some things to, you know, fix that by adding the times, I think it's times 5 speed and anti-sync echoes, and obviously the skip button for the normal version of Ember Trek. But still, it doesn't circumvent the hard version. We still have to go through hard all over again. Ethernet rally, that takes up a while as well. If we're able to 100% Ethernet rally and we're able to go push hard in the hard version of Ember Trek, I feel like we can just skip to how much progress we had the last time, instead of physically having to go and do it again, and so we just get the rewards. Because if we just do that, it's less time we have to physically spend grinding these modes, and we can spend the time grinding the PvE, because PvE is a time sink. It is a huge time sink, man. It took a long time to get to Inferno, for me personally anyways. It takes a while to get up here, man, and then you have to farm, and then you have to get to Inferno in shells, and it takes a long time to farm. It's like, and it's a PvP game, so I don't think inherently restricting people and slowing down the process to get to PvP is actually a good idea. Obviously, people are saying, oh, it's only a PvP game, there's only PvP and nothing else, but it's actually the opposite. There's a ton of PvE and not that much PvP, only for the reason that people are spending hours and hours and weeks farming the PvE. They barely get to the PvP in the first place. And you know, by the time people would eventually start the PvP, they've more than likely already quit the game, because they realize that there's no perfect lattice to even build up or skill units, and they can't test units either because, you know, no perfect lattice. So do you guys see how that's an issue? So this video was all in all, to round it up, just to say that I feel like there is something potentially coming with this CN launch. Now, take what I said here in this video with a grain of salt. Nothing is 100% confirmed, but I'm just working off of what we know, what potentially could be happening. So it's nothing but speculation, so don't take my word as gospel. I just think it's very likely that they're planning something for the CN launch, so you guys should be prepared. Don't give up hope, and let's see what the devs plan, or let's see what they drop on CN launch. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on so you never miss a video. And until next time, peace.